GymGraceGains. Welcome. Hey there. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. So, nutrition, eating according to your blood type, insurance of eating is what I want to share today. It's something that has been on my mind. So, I thought I should share, especially now that it's festive season, especially now that it's festive season. Yeah. So blood type eating. I hope you're excited. Blood type eating. It is a concept that was popularized by a certain Dr. Peter, who believed that our blood types determines how our bodies react differently um, to food. Of course, as you know that there are different blood types, and then we have the four main blood types, which are A, B, B, and O. So with me actually learning that, uh, firstly, firstly, okay, I learned that my blood type, it wasn't like a thing where I actually went to I was like, okay, I did it intentionally. No, um, it was during university. I think we had a health week where we were testing HIV, blood types, and all the other things. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna check my blood type, and I was like, I find out, okay, my blood type is A. Okay, blood type A. I was like, okay, and that was something that I didn't really pay attention to it back then, because it wasn't at the point where I started actually working out consistently, because I started working out consistently after varsity. So, and then it was actually when I got into Herbalife, they actually shared with us, it was like some documents that had guidelines, um, blood types and eating according to your blood types. It's like, oh, okay, I know my blood type. So, knowing my blood type, which is A, I went through this list of the different types of food that are actually beneficial for me, and then the different type of food that are actually detrimental to me. So it was like, oh, okay, okay, I'm gonna try this. I wanna try this and see how it's actually gonna go. And then I did, and then uh, I started noticing, Kuti, after eating a certain type of food, this is how I felt, this is what I did, and yeah. So from that, I actually felt that was very helpful, which is what I wanted to share with you guys. There's not enough scientific research that supports that eating according to your blood type is actually like beneficial or whatever for you. But it is something that I've actually found to be very, very beneficial to me. It has actually made me to not only just um 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 to 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 it has made me to learn more about the food that I consume, about any other food for that matter. So yeah, for instance, I've actually learned that with my blood type, which is blood type A, um eating vegetables, especially following like eating like vegetables, eating leafy greens, eating more of your spinach and all those other green veggies. Um, it's very beneficial in terms of fruit. Um, your berries, mostly your blueberries, your raspberries, and yeah. And then I've also learned that the most detrimental food that's actually, when it comes to fruit, my citrus fruit, nope. Mangoes, oranges, nope. And then meat, red meat, especially red meat. and dairy products. Dairy products, they are very detrimental. So this is not something that I actually learned from a paper and decided I'm actually just gonna go with it. At some point, it was something I was like, oh, completely forgot about it until I started eating intuitively. So it was like more kind of like mindful of the food that I eat and how it's actually making me feel. So I would focus more on food, on how it is making me feel, instead of just eating everything and anything because it's healthy, because it's whatever. Yeah, so with oranges, I did notice that when I eat oranges, I'm gonna get bloated. When I eat oranges, for any citrus fruit for that matter, and then when it comes to veggies, I'm gonna get bloated when I eat cabbage, when I eat red onion, and in whole list. Now, my point here is that I've actually kind of like learned the type of food that is actually very beneficial for me instead of going with that veggies are very healthy, so I'm gonna eat every vegetable that is there. So I'm kind of like listening to my body and what it is telling me. So how do I feel up after I have eaten this type of food? So I know red meat. I've also noticed that it actually does make me bloated. Um, you know, so in any food that is rich in like fiber and especially like wheat that is not gluten free, like gluten, like you're not so gluten free bread and all that, I know I'm gonna get bloated. So there are others who don't get anything, um, who don't get to feel anything from actually eating um any type of food. Yeah. So I'm trying to understand where was I going with this because, ma'am, I'm kind of lost. I'm really kind of lost. Yeah. So, I guess my whole point um with this, it was with me actually just want to share my relationship with food that I have had over the years. I definitely do eat more balanced meals. I try to eat less of processed food. I try to eat less of fast food and sugary stuff. I really struggle with sugar. I really struggle. It's a huge struggle, but it is something that I'm onto. Um, so yeah, with intuitive eating, definitely, I've made sure that I eat when I am hungry. I am mindful of what I eat. I've always been a picky eater, even before I've actually started this lifestyle. I've always been a picky eater, kind of like the reason I like I eat with my eyes. Like if it's not appetizing when I look at it, then I'm not gonna eat it. Yeah. So I believe that has also helped me because there are things that I do not eat, like for instance, amasi. I do not eat that. Oats. I didn't eat oats. I still don't eat it unless it is cooked in a certain way and it needs to be cooked by me only. For me to actually eat it, I need to eat it with fruit, and then I need to also make sure that it's not as I need to make sure I need to make sure that it's cooked ngendlela engathi iqinile, stiff up, yabo. And then I'll eat it with fruits, your blueberries, I'll eat it with a banana, I'll eat it with apples and all that. I didn't eat a banana. I guess because I'm to go because kind of like a cookies like yeah. So a banana was in a landing at here, especially I would took a cool. So I didn't eat it. I eat it now only if I eat it now only if it is um only if inabubu green pakuyo and only if I can see when I can see ba iyathembisa mani ba ayivuthwanga kakhulu yabo ndiyibone uba iqinile yabo then I know this one I can eat it. But if you are so ndicaphula laa nto kwakureka kuyo and then the same with the oats kokakureka okukwangundenza ndingayityi and then nokubala kanintsi about nezo zinto ufike uba hey man zintoni ezi zikule oats like you don't know like you really don't know. Yeah, so what made me to actually give her a chance, it was reading up on the benefits, so how it is very beneficial for me. So I was more likely to give her a chance because like okay, I want to nourish my body. I want to nourish my body with food that I know it's very nutritious. So yeah, I gave her a chance and then I find a way to actually make it ibelo hlobo ndifuna ndizama uba manditye. But at the same time, I do know have noticed that when I eat a oat consistently, for instance, like every weekday or like 5 days a week, I would notice that ngizoba nenteshe yabo isisu sami sizokhula yabo. So it's not something that I want to eat consistently, like that I want to eat every day. Yeah, but I definitely want to eat it when I miss it. I mostly do eat. I eat a lot of a future life. I eat a lot of a future life. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share. That um yeah, I wanted to, I'm going back to my notes so that I make sure that I have not missed anything, any point that I wanted to share. So I think I kind of like wanted to encourage you guys to eat when you're hungry, to listen to your body, to not get into any restrictive diets, especially in the like to not kind of like, especially if you were that person who have gotten yourself into a restrictive diet and now it's festive season and then like you kind of like feel like "Ah, I was gonna because you're going home and you're endlini kuzawuphekwa umbhako kophekwa this and that, you wanna eat that but because ungulo mntu ufuna uzigada isusu ufuna uba kwi-diet and all that, that is not sustainable. Like uzothini, like is that what you're going to do? You're not going to have a good time because wena like uzirestrictile uba kufuneka utye ii-vegetables, wena funeka utye ii-salads ezine-veggies zodwa. You can't eat carbs wena, you can't. Are you really gonna make that a lifestyle? Are you really gonna make that a part of your everyday life? Can you make that? Can you live like that for the rest of your life? Because that's what you're trying to do most when you live a healthy lifestyle. Like you're trying to make it a part of your life. It's not something that you do it for 2 weeks. It's not something that you do it for a month or 2 or 3. Yeah. So yeah, man. I just wanted to encourage you guys to actually focus on nourishing your body. That's what I do. Focus on food that I believe is full of nutrition. It's very nutritious, and yeah, all the good food and how it's making me feel. If it's gonna make me bloated, if it's gonna make me constipated, if it's gonna make me feel sluggish, if it's gonna make me feel tired and all that, then I'm definitely staying away from it. Not because this is bad food, not because this is whatever. And I've actually tried to stay away from labeling food as good and bad. Yeah, because this is in the essence, but to kind of like have a mindset that says, I'm gonna have a cheat meal. I'm gonna have if I've eaten a pizza, if I've eaten if I have eaten let's say for instance, um if I've eaten uh what is considered bad food, if I've eaten bread, now that I've eaten bread, now that I've eaten umbako, okay, yeah, for instance, umbako, homemade bread. Now that I've eaten homemade bread, ngatya nolusu, zizinto ezenza uba uzive guilty afterwards, and then instead of like kind of like ubuyisele umva, because when your mindset your diet, when your mindset that is not like sustainable, you know, because you're gonna feel guilty after you've eaten that meal, and then afterwards you're likely to kind of like binge eat on any other food that you feel this is bad food. For instance, if you have eaten your biscuits and then you feel guilty after eating those biscuits, is it too? You kind of like, you know what? Maske ndizitye zonke ezi tennis biscuits because already sendizikile zi-2. Yeah, like kind of like I'm such a bad person and all that. So please avoid yonke loo nto leyo this festive. Eat when you're hungry. Listen to your body. If you're full, you're full. Drink water. Drink amanzi, guys, and especially now that it's summer. So usela amanzi, especially after your meals and especially before your meals, so that you can make sure that you're full. If you're craving for something, you're craving for a chunk, get it. Ithathe uyitye. Yabo? Like wanelisela ndawo uyifunayo. Yeah, so that ungazuba nayo na like guilt afterwards. So I guess that is what I wanted to share, and I hope I really hope I've shared in the and yeah, and yeah. So so definitely eat according to how your body feels. Like be mindful of how your body feels, and definitely, yeah, you can actually just make a list of every food that you have eaten. Like after Sambie, a day, make a list of the meals that you have eaten and actually also record how you felt afterwards. And then, like, from there, you can take it from there. I mean, to see, oh, this is okay, maybe this is not actually not so beneficial for me. And then you can also look up your blood type and actually see. Then from that you can actually see, okay, the food they do suggest is beneficial. From the food they do suggest is not beneficial. Is it actually true? Is it not true? Is it something that you can actually take for yourself and see good to in life? Otherwise, bye. Thank you for watching.